Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Politics can be, indeed often is, a murky business. Pressure is applied, favours are offered and called in, and deals are done away from the public eye, done in the corridors of power. And it's this hidden side of politics that the Brexit Party leader Nigel Farage is accusing Downing Street of tonight. Mr Farage said it amounted to what he called political corruption. He told us his candidates had been phoned up and promised jobs by Number 10, and he's alleged that he and 8 other members of his party have been offered peerages, but the Conservative Party said it's not true. No jobs or peerages had been offered.
It was a day which started with fishtails and ended with fishy ones, which according to the Brexit Party offer more than a light whiff of corruption. On the last day for candidates to declare if they're standing in December's election, Nigel Farage claimed his potential candidates were coming under pressure not to stand.
Extraordinary day. A mixture of threats, thousands of phone calls and emails to prospective candidates for the Brexit Party telling them not to stand because the Conservatives should stand alone in these seats. Some of them civilised phone calls, many abusive and threatening. And then the other side of the coin are inducements. Even people in Number 10 Downing Street ringing our candidates, promising them jobs and Christmas baubles if they don't stand. Now, if that's not political corruption, I don't know what is.
The voters of the North East are key to the Brexit Party strategy.
Yeah, it's where you've got ties.
They are also crucial to the other parties. And as Mr Farage quotes them, there's a real fear that his influence could split the Leave vote. Nigel Farage says that if there is not a Leave majority, it will be the fault of the Conservatives, not because of him. But come December the 13th, if there isn't a Leave majority, he will be the man who will be blamed for it. He knows that as well as anyone else, and it seems others heeded the message. On a grim day, at least 3 potential candidates withdrew, declaring they were putting country before party. Others, like ex-Tory and now Brexit Party candidate Anne Widdecombe, hung on, but says she was offered a place in government negotiations on Europe if she quit.
If they seriously thought, if the Conservative Party seriously thought that either I could be intimidated or effectively bribed, then that was a triumph of hope over experience on their part, because they should have known me.
The Tories tonight denied all accusations, saying neither the Conservative Party nor its officials have offered Brexit Party candidates jobs or peerages. We don't do electoral pacts. Our pact is with the British people.
Nigel Farage.
At a rally tonight, Nigel Farage was seeking to strengthen his pact with the public and fight the accusation that his policy may yet see him leading the No Brexit Party. Emma Murphy, News at 10, Grimsby.
Well, 4 o'clock today was the deadline for candidates to submit their names to stand in the election. But one prominent Brexit Party MEP, Rupert Lowe, waited until 1 minute to 4 to announce that he had decided not to contest the seat of Dudley North after all. So what's going on with the Brexit Party? Our political editor, Gary Gibbon, is in Westminster now. Gary.
What appears to be going on is, with that deadline approaching, the Conservative Party right at the top decided that it should have a concerted effort, a bombardment really, of Brexit Party candidates to try and get them to stand down. There have been emails, phone calls. Nigel Farage is furious about this, as you're going to hear in a minute, and he is alleging that amongst the things that have happened in these phone calls is that senior people in the Conservative Party have been suggesting that these Brexit Party candidates, if they do the right thing, might just get a job. It's been suggested one of the jobs being talked about was in the negotiating team for the free trade agreement after Brexit, might even get peerages. And he's absolutely furious about that. And he's also furious because they seem to be playing the Conservative Party here on what is a mutiny in bits of his own ranks, because in addition to the potential candidate you were just talking about, at least 2 other Brexit Party candidates appear to have decided not to put their nominations in at the last minute. Is, as I say, making Nigel Farage extremely angry, and you get a flavour of that in what he just said here.
Extraordinary day. A mixture of threats, thousands of phone calls and emails to prospective candidates for the Brexit Party telling them not to stand because the Conservatives should stand alone in these seats. Some of them civilised phone calls, many abusive and threatening. And then the other side of the coin are inducements. Even people in number 10 Downing Street ringing our candidates, promising them jobs and Christmas baubles if they don't stand. Now, if that's not political corruption, I don't know what is.
Nigel Farage even named who he said was one of the people in number 10 making these calls, the senior aide to the Prime Minister, Sir Ed Lister. And this isn't being denied by Conservative Party sources. What is being denied is that any jobs or peerages were offered to anyone. Will any of this have an impact? Well, Nigel Farage talking badly about the Conservatives and Boris Johnson, just when Boris Johnson is trying to get Nigel Farage's voters into his column, could actually play badly for the Conservatives over time, but we're a few weeks away from that. One other story that is going around tonight will also contribute to lurid headlines, by the way. The European Commissioners turned around to Britain and said, because we've extended our membership, because we couldn't hit the Brexit deadline, we're still meant to be good members, playing by the rules, and we're not doing that by not nominating a European Commissioner. And they've sent a letter to the government tonight effectively saying, we might just sue you. You could be fined by the European Court of Justice.
Gary Gibbon.
Claims that Brexit Party candidates were encouraged to step down by the Conservatives are being assessed by Scotland Yard tonight. Nigel Farage was first to suggest some of his candidates were offered jobs or peerages. Met Police now say they've received 2 allegations of electoral fraud. The Prime Minister described the claims as nonsense.